Friends, welcome back to my channel. Today topic we are going to create a domain in silent mode. In last session we have created a domain using the configuration wizard, that is the graphical domain creation tool. And today we will use WebLogic scripting tool WLST that basically is a interactive or we can run in a WLST script. So for creating domain in silent mode on the Linux machine, we would be required WLSD script, and those sample script we can get from the Oracle file. That link would be given in description. And once you go to this particular URL, we will have a create domain using WLSD scripting tool, and that WLSD scripting would be run in a offline mode as there is no admin as of now. Once the domain is created, admin server would be created, right? So for creating a domain using WLST, we would be required a create domain.py file that is Python based file. Okay. And also a part of the Python file, we will be required my domain.properties file. That's the property file where we will define all the properties which we are going to use to create the domain, like the middleware path, AWS path, domain path, application path, or application directory path where our application will be hosted, and your admin server detail, domain name, and admin server host name, IP, port. Then the final we would be required one shell script, and that is domain create.sh file, and we will create a new domain using the following command. So for change variable we need to export and configure, and those variables can be add in one script file. We'll create a one.sh file here, and the content of the script or SSH file would be this one. This is the sample, and we can customize this based on our setup. Like what is the material path we have, what the WLS path we have. Based on that detail, we will update all these files. Okay, let's go to the Linux server. Here I have already installed the WebLogic, and you can see this is the WebLogic home. And inside WebLogic home, we are having configuration binaries here. Since I already having those scripts with me on the server, so let's go to the script path where I have already and update our script accordingly our environment. So I'm having inside product okay, create domain. So I'm having here create domain.sh file that will the script file, and this is the Python file.py, and that's the property file. So we just need to customize these two files .sh and .property file, and .py is same. This is no customization or no data required here. All the values of variable defined in py would be loaded on the property file or from .sh file. So let's change the .sh file first according to our setup or environment. So in our case, middleware home is 01 mw.home like fmw, and WLS home is middleware home, then WLS server, WLS home, Java home. So let's set the Java home as well. Home JDK slash latex. So that was the Java we used. And rest things are fine. Let's save the file and close it. Now let me update the domain.properties file. Similarly, we can update the details here. And home FMW. This is my railway path, and WLS home path is also update the home. Actually, the domain also. I can provide the domain path where I want to create the domain. So for now, I'm just going to install the domain inside my Oracle home only, but we can create a domain outside Oracle home also, and that is the recommended. Okay, so all set, and rest of the details we can change. Domain name we can change here. Demo domain, and the port, let's use the same, and the domain address, we can provide the IP address of the server. Now let's use all the sockets here. So any available socket will be binded with this ports. Okay, so all set. Now we can run .sh command. This is shell script command, and while running, required properties will be loaded, and domain will be created using WLST in offline mode. Okay. Okay, so let's wait. It's going to create the domain. Okay, so here we can see the domain properties been loaded, and domain creation wizard is completed, and we can see the domain is created. Let's go to the domain home, and this is my domain home. Here, let's see, base domain is there. So demo is created, and inside the domain we can see the domain configurations files. And let's go to Win directory, and in Win directory we are having all the WebLogic utilities for start stop the manage server, WebLogic server, or node manager, or setting the environment. So let's start the WebLogic, and start WebLogic.sh is a command for starting the WebLogic admin server. Start. Since we have created this domain in a production mode, so it is prompting for the username and password. Let's pass the web username and the password as we defined in property file of the domain creation. Okay. I can see this server failed bind to the configuration port. Port may already be used by another process. So maybe this 7001 default port is being used by any other process or any different web logic. So we need to change this one. Admin server is not going to start. Let's stop it. Press Control C and see if there is any Java process running. Yes, we can see some Java process running. So let's stop all the Java process. Okay. I have stopped the Java process already. And now let me start the admin console again. Okay. And, hold on. Okay, so this time we can see the server state is changed and it is in running mode. And you can see the WebLogic instance is started. Okay, so now we can access the server using the server IP or the host name. Let me take the host name and run control. I think the server is started, but it is not accessible. Maybe it is blocked on the firewall. So we need to check all the ports are enabled on the firewall or not. I think this is a Azure virtual machine. So we need to check the configuration details of firewall and all the ports and the required port is enabled or not. I don't think that port is enabled. So 7501 is there. Let me try to access 7501. That is the secure port we used for creating 7501. Okay. And that is the HTTPS port. Let me see if it can be accessed or not. Check on the server firewall. Family, host. Okay. So let me start the WebLogic again. Required port is already enabled. So let me start the WebLogic again. Okay. $2. Okay. So admin server started. Let's try to access the URL again. Okay. Here it is going. Yeah. So you can see we can access WebLogic console and we will log into WebLogic console. Okay, so finally we are able to log in into the WebLogic console and we can see all the configuration or WebLogic console details here. Left side we have our demo domain name, and this the domain details here. Okay, so if you want to stop this one, so we can press Control C, as this was not started in a backend. Okay, for starting a WebLogic in a background, so we need to create a boot.property file, and there we can provide the WebLogic credential, because when starting the WebLogic, it can, instead of prompting for the credential, it will be loaded from a boot.property file. Let's go and create a boot.property file, and then we will start our WebLogic instance in a background. So whenever the session is closed or shut down, so our services will not be affected. It will keep running in background. Okay. So let's go to the servers, an admin server. Okay. This is the hierarchy of all the servers. If you see inside the server, we will having all the server details. And as of now, only one instance is there, that is admin server. So we can see one server. Once you will have multiple managed servers, so we'll see the all server name here. And here, let's create a one folder called security, and let's go inside the security. Here we will create a file called boot.properties, username, and password, which we use while creating a domain. And let's save the boot.property file. Okay, so all set. Now let's go again to the Win directory inside a domain. And let's start WebLogic now in a background using the ampersand sign. Okay, so this time the WebLogic is started in background. If we come out of this session, see, we are out from the current running session, and we can perform any other task or any other function here, and our server is keep running. Let's start or access the console again. Yeah, we can access it, and we can log in to the console. Yeah, here we go. So we can see all the console is logged in now, and process is running in a background. Yeah, that's it, guys, for this session, and we'll see you in next session with the next topic. Thank you.